Okay, so well, I mean, it's not that I'm they released a couple new cards, so I might as well just do it. The thing is, I don't want to do like 30 cards per episode. So okay, I'm recording. So Stargazer Luna, 3 mana, 2/4. After you play the rightmost card in your hand, draw a card. Yeah, it seems like an okay card. Could probably be used in some type of maybe like tempo mage, especially like. Well, the thing is like control. Like I guess drawing cards is really nice, but the thing is like control. Like they just have hard removal, so why on earth would a mage really need to like draw like 20 flame strikes in a turn? Whereas, like, you're playing Temple Mage. Oh, I just top deck Fireball. Oh, I just top deck Frostbolt. Oh, I just top decked another Fireball or Pyroblast. Or like a big minion. So, seems like it could be used in Temple Mage. And it is a legendary, so. I mean, it's okay stats. A 2/4, but like, really decent card draw. So, probably be playable in some type of Temple Mage. Control Mage? Maybe. Menacing Nimbus. It's a Shaman 2/2 battle cry. Draw a random elemental to your hand. It seems like okay. It could be used in some type of elemental shaman. It's just you wouldn't use this in Shutterwalk because you have with Grumble that you want to draw. Yeah. It just seems like could be playing elemental or maybe even some type of even token shaman. Because, I mean, it is even, so it's a 2 mana card, so. Plus, like, run Earth and Might, so, you could get Alakir from this. You can get, like, a Blaze Caller, so. There's a lot of things you can get. But I guess it is kind of like a high roll card, You could get Alakir one time, you could get maybe, like, a Firefly, so. I mean, it has ups and downs, but maybe you might see some play. War Gear. This is a warrior. Oh no, the next one is. Okay, so I think there's a little more information about magnetics. So in order to play in order for the mechs to fuse with magnetic, you have to play them on the left. But if you want to play this, so for example, if you don't want to fuse this minion, you just play it to the right. But like if you want to fuse it, you would have to play it to the left. And I think though there's some type of like visual effect. But anyways, 5 mana, 5/5 magnetic. Seems like an okay card. Magnetics seem just a little too snowbally. Like for example, the Grand Tournament, like the Inspire mechanic was super snowbally. The thing is, if you had a Confessor on the field and you were able to hero power, like you get Deathwing, you get a lot of big legendaries. Like, it just snowballs. And especially if you're playing like a mech deck. Yeah, like it snowballs, you can get like super big attacks. But in Hearthstone there's a lot of removal. There's a lot of hexes that have been played, polymorphs, meteors, so you need to be a little careful when it comes to the magnetics. But overall 5 mana 5/5 isn't too bad. Might see play. Things I don't know, like will mechs be played in some type of tempo decks? I feel like. Well, usually, like, in goblins versus gnomes, like, you would see a lot of tempo decks. Not necessarily tempo decks, but they're more like aggro decks. Okay, so 5 mana, 3/2. This Ziliax. Magnetic. This is a neutral legendary. Magnetic, Divine, Shield, Taunt, Lifesteal, Rush. Whew, that's a lot. So this is almost kind of like Alakir. Yeah, I mean, you can just buff the freak out of this, or you can play this onto another mech. Seems like a really decent. I mean, 5 mana 3/2 is kind of weak, but you have Divine Shield, so that's pretty much 6. And you have Lifesteal, and you have Rush. So You know, you can make some pretty insane value trades. And you can buff this to give you more healing. Could be used maybe in some type of tempo deck or like aggro deck. We'll see. Well, probably, it might see some play. Upgradable frame bot. 2 mana, 1/5. I mean, stats are okay. It's just 1/5. I guess like if you can buff it to like the 5 mana 5/5 that we saw earlier. You know, that's a 6/10 for 7 mana, so pretty decent. But you could play this maybe in like almost any type of mech deck, especially like if you can buff it. It's just I feel like there's gonna be a lot of hard remove, like especially with all these mech cards. Beryllium Nullifier. Okay, this one's the warrior card. 7 mana, I believe it's a 3/8. Magnetic, and it is an warrior epic. Cannot be targeted by spells or hero powers. Yeah, it's a little expensive, but I guess if you have the ability to get this thing rolling, like the only real way you can actually deal with this is like priest card removal. Stuff like Death Knight Anduin, Psychic Scream. Like you can't like polymorph meteor, hacks, you can't do anything to this card, so maybe you see some play in some type of tempo warrior, or maybe even like a control. But even then, like control, it's not really a taunt minion, so it just has the ability to like snowball, especially with the unable to be targeted by hero powers and spells. But it is very expensive. At that point, like, you know, a lot of aggro tempo decks will just like whack you down, but I guess if you can get this thing rolling, it's pretty insane. It's just like you face Baku Paladin, like if you play this, they're still like, okay. You play a 7 mana 3/8. Wow, what are you gonna do, die? I mean, jeez. But it seems like okay. It has potential, is what I'm saying. For some reason, I thought this had taunt and magnetic, but it's just magnetic. But yeah, maybe we'll see some play. I don't know. We'll see. I think the only card to look out for is that Ziliax. That seems interesting. Especially if you can buff it to Infinity and Beyond. Seems pretty nice. It's just a lot of other mechs are going to have to be untargeted by spells and hero powers. I think that's how it's going to have to work. But anyways, that's it. I just want to make sure that I go at a steady pace on the card reveals. Okay, hopefully everyone has a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.